Hello and what is up, everybody? Welcome to another playthrough at the Astroplatay, and this is going to be a full playthrough, unlike Hitman, which is a game I'm currently taking a break from at the moment because I've been waiting to get my hands on the Callisto protocol for quite some time now. Steam recently had a sale, it's a winter sale, and the game was dropped down to about $23, I think. And also, the game has went through a number of changes. It has been fixed, from my understanding. They have updated it. When it launched, the game was crap and no one liked it. But I knew if I stuck with it for a while and just held my breath on the matter, that they would eventually fix all the things that are wrong with it. And now the reviews on Steam have shot up. They are at mostly positive, which is good, and that's good enough for me. Typically when it comes to Steam, I kind of don't screw around with games that are mostly positive unless they are horror games. And being that this is something of a horror related channel, well, I mean, it really is a horror channel. That's what the focus of my channel is about, and some of my personal takes on things. But predominantly, yes, I want to focus on horror. And when it comes to games, I want to play more horror games, and I want to do complete playthroughs of them, as to, opposed to sort of like what I'm doing with some of the other games I play. The reason being that is because it's just better content for the theme, for what I'm going for. Also, it's kind of hard to find these games that are worth playing, because with the atmosphere right now, horror games, we've got a really strong market for this right now, and I absolutely cannot stand it, is walking simulators. So I try to avoid walking simulators as much as possible, unless I feel that they're more independently ran. Because if it's a game like Layers of Fear, I am not screwing around with it. And I'm sorry for the long introduction, but I have to put it out there because I want a good horror game that's not a goddamn walking simulator. I'm so tired of those. A lot of people were shooting up and down about Grey Dawn, considering it to be like a Lovecraft game. And it was reasonably priced, so I bought it, and then I played it for 2 minutes. I'm like, oh, another goddamn walking simulator. It's very few and far in between when a walking simulator actually pulls it off and can do a good job at being a video game, because a lot of times they're not video games. You're just walking. Literally, you're walking and occasionally moving something around, and it's posing as this cheap puzzle for you that a 2-year-old could figure out. But an example of a walking simulator that actually pulls it off is a game like Visage. That is one that absolutely pulls it off, and for walk-in simulators, that's one of the greatest horror games I ever played. And I might do a playthrough of that, even though the first chapter is the only good chapter in that game. It's freaky as hell. I can't imagine what it's like in VR, but that's pretty much the skinny on everything when it comes to the channel and what I'm going for. So finally, like I said, I've been waiting a little while here for the Callisto protocol, and so it seems to have done a whole lot better with the patches and the updates. So I figured, hey, we'll give it a shot. I only bought 2 games for the Steam sale. That was this, of course, and The Dig. And that's an old LucasArts adventure game. So if you know anything about me, I love adventure games as well. When it comes to types of games I play all-around games. I like MMOs, but there's no good MMOs right now except for maybe like Warcraft and Elder Scrolls Online, but there's a huge divide with that one. A lot of people say it's Final Fantasy Online, but other than that, I like RPGs, some open world games, but predominantly I grew up on horror. I watch horror movies, I read horror manga, which I wanted to bring up real quick here. This is the current manga I'm reading, which is a manga adaptation of the novel of The Ring. So if you didn't know Ringu, the Japanese movie, which is The Ring in the United States, which I think is personally one of the scariest movies ever. It's the only movie that really scared me was the Ring. That was based on a novel that was written in Japan. And the novel got adapted into a manga before it was made into a movie. So I've seen both forms of the film. I've seen the Japanese version, I've seen the US version. I love them both. And now reading the manga, I might translate over to the actual novel, just for shits and giggles, but the manga is more of a reflection of the actual novel, so there's a lot of things going on in this book that the films won't tell you, and the things that go on in the novel are very fascinating. There's a part that I got to in this book that was not included in any of the movies, and it was explaining something about the tape, which really blew my mind because that's something that's not really touched upon in either movie. So I would highly recommend reading the manga in case you don't want to read a book. I mean, a lot of people don't have time for books anymore, so that's one reason why I picked this up. And I'm ecstatic about Japanese horror mangas at the moment. Again, I might have said this in one of my other videos. I know I've been barking a lot about it on Twitter, which is PTSD Radio. I am almost finished with the first copy. I mean, look at that cool ass cover. It's like this sort of like mutating radio humanoid monster thing. This book, like I've said multiple times, it burns badly in your mind. The guy who was writing it had to quit writing it because it was like he was developing all these curses, and the team that was following him, I posted a video on my Twitter where a guy goes a little more in depth about it, and it's crazy fucking shit. And I could see why. I'm someone who writes fiction myself, and I know for a fact if you go too deep into this shit, like, it will give you like mental anguish. And sometimes that shit can reflect in ways that are just something of like a paranormal element. And reading this material, yes, it's pretty fucking. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know if I can throw the word disturbing in there. Unsettling, yes, very unsettling. It puts shit in your head, and it freaks you the fuck out. It gave me a night terror about 2 weeks ago. After one of the stories I read in there, I woke up in the dead of the night, and I was just like thinking of that part, and I'm like, oh my god, and I was still like coming out of my dream, so I'm like really fucked up, and I'm like, whoa. And usually I don't scare very easily. That's the problem with being a horror fan, is you watch and you read everything and you play everything, and eventually it has no effect on you anymore. But the mangas are doing a pretty good job. Hopefully we can bring a new medium of horror into the world, where people could just start writing better screenplays and better books, making better video games. I am anticipating the new Alone in the Dark, which will be coming out soon. Okay, so I got 3 modes here. Normal, hardcore, and dismemberment. Jacob takes control in this new mode and can deal massive damage as each shot knocks off enemies' limbs. Hardcore mode. With more ruthless enemies and almost non-existent health and ammo drops, can you survive the horrors of the Callisto Protocol's hardcore mode? Sorry. Begin your journey into the world of the Callisto Protocol. So I don't understand what the hell dismemberment mode is. I mean, I've played Dead Space, so I know, yeah, you dismember them, but does that make the game harder? Okay. I do apologize because I'm gonna have to Google this real quick before I play, because I want the best experience when it comes to this game, because I know it got really bad reviews in the beginning, and the complaints varied. So I know the dismemberment mode is new, and it might okay. So, from my understanding, you dismember enemies with one shot. Let me see. One hit security, one dismemberment. Okay, so it's apparently easy. And I don't want anything easy. Yeah, so I don't think I'm gonna be doing dismemberment mode. I'm looking through Reddit right now, and a lot of people are saying that's easy. Maybe on a second playthrough. Anyways, yeah, I'm waiting for the new Alone in the Dark. And just so you know, I'm not like I like the Alone in the Dark series because it's fucking cheesy. It's not scary. All the games are goofy. And this remake, I don't even know what the hell they're gonna do with it because the first game really, I mean, I've played bits and pieces of the first one. I played a lot of the second one, but like they're so goddamn goofy. I don't know what the hell they're even gonna do with it, but I'm really anticipating it. Another game I'm looking forward to is Wronged Us. Oh, here we go. I'll do medium security. Wronged Us. I had my hopes up for Stray Souls, but that came out and it just did dog shit in the reviews. People hate it. Maybe if I can buy that game for $2 or $5, I'll give it a shot. Yeah, so I'm waiting for that, and then I'm going to be getting Alan Wake 2 eventually. I was a huge fan of the first game, but I hear people saying that Alan Wake 2 is a walking sim, so I don't necessarily believe that as third person. I know you have a gun, you shoot things, but people saying that scares me. Scares me more than the horror of the game itself. But time will only tell. So hopefully this game has actually panned out through the ages, sort of like Cyberpunk did. We'll see. So I guess this is on Callisto right now. Seems like a city. Do they have actual cities on it? I also feel that this is one of the new DLCs or something. That's just a feeling I got. So we got this dystopian Blade Runner feel here. Totally Blade Runner feel, which is pretty. I wonder, is it loading right now, or is it just sitting there? Am I supposed to press a button? Okay, now it's doing something, right?
Shocking footage from Europa. A brazen attack by the Outer Way terrorist group, led by the notorious Danny Nakamura.
That's enough. We got a job to do.
This is Callisto Hangar Control to UJC Caron. You have cleared the security perimeter.
Roger, hangar control. Laying in course for Europa Station. You got something to say? You're gonna keep flicking that thing all day.
I was watching that.
It's our last run, Max. I'm done talking about it.
Then what do you want me to say?
How about thank you? Because after this job, we're never gonna have to work another day in our lives.
Well, I guess you got it all figured out.
I guess so.
Come on, man, what is this? Huh? Back and forth, Callisto to Europa, all this additional security.
It's a prison moon, Max. They take the security pretty serious.
And what about the attacks? Huh? How do you explain that?
By the Outer Way. They've been hitting targets all over the sector for the past 6 months.
I got a yellow light in the cargo hold.
That's probably nothing.
Well, it's still worth checking out.
You shouldn't worry so much, you know? You live longer.
Port and starboard sensors are both showing errors. Go check them out.
I'm going.
I am going to put subtitles on. Check on special cargo. So wow, this pretty much is like a Dead Space.
Personal log. We're docked at Callisto hangar. Confined to quarters while they load the cargo. Max has been on my case about these Europa runs. We've done jobs like this before. Don't know why he cares so much now. I mean, it's just a job. Gotta keep your head down and your mouth shut.
Wow. Audio log / BIOS. Press the D-pad to open up the inventory. Press the right bumper to select the data BIOS menu. Use the D-pad to select data BIOS categories and individual data bio entries. Press the A button to view and replay the selected data bio. Man, I kind of feel like they used the same exact system they did for Dead Space, but this was made by Striking Distance, I think.
Come on, man. Go check it out.
I mean, Striking Distance, I know it's like some of the employees that were from the original Dead Space studio, but I don't know if like they had the same system. I don't know. All I know is the team that made this game was like 200 people. Not a big team for a video game. So I don't know if you can technically call this a AAA game. I mean, it certainly looks and feels like one. But Striking Distance, I guess that's a AAA studio. I don't know. It depends on how you look at it. But it feels totally like Dead Space. Just a little more creative looking, I guess. It's got better visual aesthetics to it, and I'm not saying the graphics are better. I'm just saying there's just more to appreciate about the design of the environment.
Come on. Okay. Stack these right.
But yes, I was a pretty big fan of Alan Wake, the first one, so I'll be really like taken aback if it's like a total walk-in sim. But I mean, it's got really good reviews so far.
This better be worth the trouble. I should check out the rest of the ship.
Okay, let's do it. Let's check out the rest of the ship. Okay. Yeah, I like the layout of this. This is really cool looking. Wow. They put a lot of work into this, you know. And for people to kind of like dump on this game, shit, look at this. Look at this corridor. Just look at all of the fucking work they put into just making it look this way. I mean, come on, you can't appreciate that. We'll see. I mean, we will see. Apparently, there's things about this game. I know people were saying that there's not enough puzzles or something like that.
I guess let's check the other side.
Okay, something's not right. Shit.
Max, we got trouble.
What's up?
We've been boarded.
Oh, shit. The outer way?
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Alright, well, you get your ass back up here. And watch your back. You know, they could be anywhere.
Alright, we'll get my ass back to the cockpit.
Search the hold. It's gotta be here somewhere.
Dampening field's still in effect. Not for long.
What do they want?
How should I know?
Man, it's kind of weird how like they don't even know that these dudes like broke aboard their ship until it's like already happened.
Max! We're heading for the bridge!
Open up!
What are you gonna do? Whenever I have to. What are you doing? No! Shit! Just hold on! I'm on my way!
Damn.
Venting atmosphere.
Shit.
Get up here!
This is pretty intense. So many people don't like this. Where'd I jump? Oh, yeah. This is fucking crazy. I think this is a great way to start the game. Fuck. Always find this with games. You give it a while, let it patch itself up. There you go. You got a good game.
Transfer flight control to my station! Transferring flight controls! Got it, Jacob! Mayday, mayday, mayday! This is UJC Charon! Returning to Callisto! Requesting emergency clearance!
Negative, UJC Charon. You are not authorized for re-entry.
Sorry, but I got no choice! We're coming in hot! Boost the antigraphs! Already at maximum! We're not gonna make it! Yes, we are! Watch out! Hold on! Brace for impact! I made it. have to hurry. Max. Max. Hang on, buddy, I'm coming. Hey. Whoa!
Chico. Oh, I didn't you listen. Hey, come on. Oh, God damn it.
One life sign detected. Continuing search.
Black Iron Security. You the pilot?
Yeah,
And him?
he's gone.
We'll just need the one. Okay, get you out of here. Manifest says you were running cargo out of the hangar. Don't get many of you freelancers out here.
Just doing my job.
Don't I know it?
Thermal regulators enabled.
It's the first ship I ever lost. We were boarded by...
Let go of me!
Her! She's the one who... Hey!
Cool your jets, cargo jockey. You do your job. You let me do mine, all right? Sir. Yes, sir? Whatever you say. Grab him, too.
Hey! What are you doing? Hey! I didn't do anything!
Okay, so this game's off to a pretty rough start. Pretty rough. Surprised they're just out there on the moon like that, just wearing these like face guards. Isn't like super freezing? Like, won't you like immediately freeze or some shit like that? I don't know.
The fuck are you looking at?
Why?
Way too late for this shit. Okay, inmates do not speak unless they are spoken to.
There's been a mistake. My name is Jacob Lee. I'm not an inmate.
You were inmate 532-521. You address me as Captain Ferris.
What? No. I'm just a cargo pilot. I was attacked by the Outer Way. By her. She crashed my ship and she killed my first officer.
I don't care. Warden's orders. Oh, speak of the devil.
Choice. Every choice in your life has led you here. To this moment. To this place. The only place where you truly belong. To find the one thing that has always been missing. A purpose for your meaningless life. This is Warden Cole, and together we will find that purpose. Welcome to Black Iron Prison.
I just love that last part. Gives me chills every time. End of the line, get up. Inmates, I gave you a direct order.
This is not right. I don't belong here.
Listen, you know they call Callisto the dead moon. Dead. Just like you would have been if I hadn't fished you out of that wreck. I mean, shit. As far as anyone else is concerned, you are dead. It's time you moved on. Because you're crossing over to a new kingdom.
No.
My kingdom. So whatever it is you're holding on to right there, that's your old life. You gotta let that go. Because your new life is entirely in my hands. Surprise, dead man. Okay. Grab her. Let's go.
You are now entering Black Iron Prison, a division of UJC Corrections. Proceed immediately to new inmate processing.
Hey! Stop it! Hey! Wait! No! No, you got it!
Inmate 532-521. Dr. Caitlin Marler, and as per Article 412 of the UJC Penal Code, you will now be fitted with a core device.
The doctor, he's not in the system. We don't know.
Just prep the device.
What the fuck? That device! No! No! You're a goddamn doctor!
Yes, and I intend to faithfully execute my responsibilities. Try not to move, it'll only make things worse.
Oh, fuck you!
Doctor, he's flatlining.
Injector.
Poor Jacob. Guy was just trying to do his job. Isn't that how it always goes? You know, just trying to get something done. You just want to be left alone. You just want to do your thing. I must be dreaming. What else could possibly be going on in a dreadful situation such as this? I must. Inmate 532-521. That's me. And look, his head is already shaved. They shaved his head before they actually got to shaving his head. They just did a computer image of it. I don't know. Okay. Hey, it is Prison Simulator, where you just sit in a cell all day and have nothing to do. Yeah, maybe I fuck around with this. Oh, that's why his head was shaved.
All security personnel, report to the main cell block. This is not a drill. Please, remain calm. There is nothing to fear.
What the hell? Something's not right.
There's nothing to fear but fear itself. Whoa.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Something's not right. You know, I can't quite put my finger on it. Whoa. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, he's missing an arm.
Warning. 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 All response teams mobilize immediately. Anomaly detected.